Hello everyone, welcome back to the billionth episode of Grace Tony How's everyone, hope you all are doing well today. The starting scene screen was done by Breedy, check them out, link in the description below. As you can see, I got my chestnut a knight. Yes, that's probably the closest we're gonna get to it. Today in ZA, it took me 2 victories. I guess they improved, because we did the same thing with Fox. I guess they got complaints about how long it took to get the Greninja Knight for Season 1, even though it really didn't take that long. It took me like an hour, if even, to get Greninja's Mega Stone. And then Fox took me like 10 minutes, and then freaking Shutdown Knight took me like... I don't even know how long a match is, so I might be talking out my ass a bit. I think it's like 3 minutes a match, so 6 minutes for Shutdown Knight, probably like 15 for Fox then. And then... 18 I should say for Fox. And then yeah, it took me about an hour for Greninja. I mean, it really isn't that bad for grind. But now with like the Greninja Knight and Fox and I being like super early Mega Stones that you can unlock. I'm just saying, like, you can hop in before the online system shut down, get the stones, and tap out if you still need to. If you're playing like the main story and want to get them. But before we get any further, I'm gonna promote the review of a Power Rangers movie that I did. Check it out. Actually, speaking of which, so both Power Rangers and Super Sentai are basically dead right now. Super Sentai is on a hiatus for at least 10 years, but basically it boils down to total sales, money was not being made. And apparently, from my understanding, Power Rangers is actually keeping Super Sentai afloat a bit. Not sure how true that is, but, you know, those two brands are tied to the hip. So, like, I would imagine if one is floundering, the other one has to try to lift the other one up and vice versa. But, man, it is sad. It is sad. And people like, oh man, like I don't want to shame anyone for wanting a more darker Power Rangers. But man, sometimes people act like darker equals Bell. Like, oh my god, look, the command center is destroyed, Alpha 5 is destroyed. Yeah, this is what we want this. And it's like, Power Rangers had some serious moments over the years, and tangent with the goofiness. You can mix both, and Power Rangers has done a surprisingly well job over the years with mixing both. It was 10 years ago on a foggy night. Genshin and I were walking down some back streets that I lay out. All of a sudden, don't make a peep, you're coming with us. All our assailants were armed with pistols, with faces obscured by scarves. Bang! The next thing I knew, there was silence all around. Genshin lay on the cobbled stone. The blood was seeping from his left hand. He cheered me. It was on the ring finger, his left hand, but he used to wear that ring. Ah! Are you saying his finger got shot off? I've always believed those thugs were after me, but now I'm starting to question perhaps I wasn't the intended target after all. Wait, but Genshin was arrested 2 days after that attack. And that showed info. The decisive evidence into a dark tent was miraculously found. You mean the ring was stolen from him? And you think that's what those folks were after that night?
Objection.
You pathetic coward! You expect me to believe that you were involved? What do you mean by that? You know, he's being... you got him Blanc against Zeke's for being one chill customer. I mean, he has his outbursts, but for the most part, he's pretty chill. It was you, wasn't it? You're the one who took it. You stole my father's ring. You set the whole thing up so you could pay him as a Massimo and have him up. Cosimo, open your eyes. Rusuke. You must know deep down. The truth can be completely obscure even when your judgment is only slightly clouded. That is true. If you're on a path, a world path, that can really judge your vision. But the moment you seem to be foundling through a dense fog. Is that why you were so insistent that I should be present in this trial? To see you like this? Well, isn't this an amusing spectacle? What a gray-nosed expression on your face, as if you were weigh justice herself. It seems you fully convinced yourself of his alleged fabrication of autopsy results. So much so that you're apparently blind to the blatant contradiction that would be born out of it. What? Well, it's extremely hard to believe. Let's imagine that there was some kind of misconduct during the autopsy. If that were the case, why would Asoki not have disputed the findings in his trial? Oh. In the closed court hearing 10 years ago, the defendant once denied the claims against him. A deal was struck? I mean, it's not like police have ever forced a confession out of people ever before. It's fell on Lord Van Zeeks. Yes, that is indeed correct. Upon hearing the verdict of guilty, he immediately closed his eyes, quietly accepting the judgment. The actions of a man who has accepted responsibility for his deeds and is resigned to his fate. But then, oh my, that is very strange. If Mr. Asoki did nothing to oppose the charges against him, then, but it's showing me there's no fabric. Not necessarily. There's a lot of reasons why someone closes their eyes and just sit there silently. Like, oh, I can't fight against the wig system. Oh, if it's something I must do, even though it's wrong. There's 10,000 reasons why someone would accept a guilty verdict, even though they're not guilty. Out of this conclusion, when you trial life many minutes ago, Prosecutor Asogi, you twisted loyalty and crowd judgment are hampering your ability for logical thought. But yet, you're the one who put him on for prosecution, even though he has close ties. We yelled at him in English. The Japanese man never knew what was happening. You know, there's actually, first of all, I've been out here, be doing well today. But there's been like stories about that, about people going to different countries and being arrested for stuff they haven't done. And like, if it's a language barrier, like, for example, there was a case of a American woman going to Italy and getting arrested. I believe it was Italy. But like, the police could not understand her, and she couldn't understand the police, and she got arrested for like, I think 20 years. Because there was literally no communication between the two. And, like, stuff like that is scary. Like, but, like, yeah, like, that's terrifying. That's why you never travel. Like, one of the reasons you never travel alone and have to have someone with you with some kind of knowledge of the country or language. Definitely the language. Yeah. In my opinion. Genshin Asoki's silence at his hearing can only mean one thing. There was no fabrication of evidence during the autopsy of his final victim 10 years ago. This is bullshit that someone can swallow that, but anyways. Without any damage to the throat. Oh, also too, we've seen demo, like, footage of Danganronpa 2x2. I think that's technically how you pronounce it. And I have to say, the sprite animations is something I had to really get used to. But not bad. But, like, Man, it's just something I have to get used to. It's like I'm not used to so much animation in my Dango Wumpa fights. And of course, for Demo killed, continue the history of killing one of my probably top 5 least favorite Dango Wumpa characters with Hero. I love that that's a gag. I do not like Hero. He's one of my least favorite Dango Wumpa characters. No, I was like, I don't want the low budget. I'm just, again, something to get used to. I'm just not used to my Dango Wumpa sprites being so full of life. It's like, okay, this kid takes some, like, I'm sure, like, once I play through, like, chapter 1, I'd be good. Or even for prologue. Because, you know, I'm just seeing snippets here and there, and the trailer wasn't very long. I just gotta get used to it. And, Ibuki is still the cutie patootie that she always is. I hope she lives. I really do. I don't want Ibuki to die again. Ibuki was my favorite from 2. If you couldn't tell, I love my Ibuki. Anyways. But it'd be never to stop Low Strong on bringing this trial to an immediate conclusion. And also, too, with, like, Dango Wumpa 2x2 being so relevant, I'm seeing a lot of different opinions on Dango Wumpa that I've never seen really before. In terms of, like, oh, I think this is good, I think this is bad, stuff like that. Which is good, like, and, like, hey, people do think this way about, like, certain aspects of this series. Like, people like Chiaki's portrayal on Dango Wumpa 3. I am personally do not like that they treat Chiaki like the second coming of Jesus in that anime, but some people like it, which is perfectly fine. Don't, you know, of course, don't let Fawaz's opinion ruin your personal thoughts on Dango Wumpa 3. But yeah, it's just like, and you know, I thought this would be you know, more universal, but I'm like, maybe it's not as universal as I thought. I'd be annoyed with the fact that Hiyoko. Nope, deed. For second time. For second time. Yeah, because apparently they originally planned to kill Furihiko in chapter 3. They go, oh no, we can't kill Furihiko in chapter 3, so they picked Hiyoko instead. Which also cut short a character arc. I mean, personally, I would pick someone not going for a character arc. I mean, maybe Kashi Ishii. Just a suggestion. I'm not saying someone. I mean, honestly, him dying over Sona got so old towards the end of that game. Because it was so clear that Sona just did not care about him whatsoever. But, Ben, we had to keep up the pattern that every Dango Wumpa game follows. I mean, I know Buki didn't have a character arc in the game, so I get why she would be killed off, but still, I don't want Buki to die. Thank you, Yusuke. If it wasn't for your frank words just now. It was, I mean, that's true. The second game establishes the pound, not follows it. That's very true. But if they want to do the whole Milo thing, like, it's like, oh my god, this is so similar to the first game. Type of a thing. This trial may very well have ended prematurely. Kazuma? What's this latest absurdity council? If I cannot be, like, comfortable to hit that on in your hand, but you know code, but you cannot tell me that isn't holding your hand. My lord, your reasoning is perfectly sound, but for one giant hole, I beg your pardon? You cannot tell me if it doesn't hold. But it's not smooth. Even if it was smooth, I would hold. You claim my father's science was due to the fact there was no fabricated evidence. But this is not a possible explanation. You overlooked the possibility, but he had a reason for maintaining his bad silence. Silence that would lead to him being convicted and sent to his death. If the autopsy results were invention, there's no conceivable reason why the man would protest.
Objection.
Both results were an invention, alright? There's no question of that. Oh, you're forgetting, but two people with a connection to that autopsy have been assassinated. If I first agree with this, I feel from my mind, I start to see you in a very different light. I think perhaps it's you who's been lying, living in delusion these 10 years. Me? Kazuma-sama has created one last chance for us here, Mr. Naruto. If we can only trip as a reason for his father's silence at trial. A reason why the man would have said nothing even though he was innocent? Could have been some, part of some negotiation, perhaps. Enough rhetoric! The court must be shown evidence. No. Oh no, I was looking for. Well. Oh no, there's no, I don't think we'll approve his science and code. I mean, we can. I don't think the sword has anything besides the missing tip, if I'm not mistaken. Cool. I could try for Asogi papers. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that would maybe fit the bill.
Take that.
Nope. Guy Wong. Huh. Yeah, sure. Okay. Let me think. Am I missing? I feel like I might be missing something. Need to examine something or whatnot. But I feel like I examined the wing perfectly. As I think about this, can the suit stop being called them? Over the years, I feel like Eddie Brock has not been important in Spider-Man stories for like forever. Which is cool. Marvel, if you don't want to do Eddie Brock, you don't want to do Eddie Brock. Fine. But like, you move to call the suit them. The suit is not called them. It's Eddie Brock and the suit equals them. That's how they came up with a name because they're opposing to Spider-Man. And like with, I mean, I guess not so recent anymore. But like MJ, go, oh my god, MJ is Venom now. It's like, are we like? Actually, he did try to break out.
Take that.
So I guess that would be it. But like it's like ignoring the character development fly out to make MJ them because she's terrified of the suit. Whatever, retcon. It just feels like at this point Marvel just wants to throw anyone in that suit because oh my god, look, it's the new Venom without like a second fucking thought in the world. Like I get it, like because I made a small act tweet. I'm like, oh, I get it. MJ and Pierce's relationship has been venomous since One More Day, which it has been. That's a different topic because under that stupid comic book, Marvel Eyes refused to like have MJ and Pierce be in a decent relationship. Different topic, but still, it's like, I hate it. I really fucking hate it. I'm sorry, like, I just do not like what Marvel has really done with them over the years. Cause, like, if you read, like, Aaron Block comics, like, they're all good and fascinating, and they do a lot with the character. It's just, like, no one seems to want to do anything with A Block or them past the whole symbiote takes over your mind, makes you angry. Oh, like, they want to do a symbiote evasion. Like Web of Shadows. And it's just like, you guys don't want to do anything else with the character? Okay, so. It just feels like with like every adaptation of them, like the character becomes less and less interesting. In my flawed opinion. It's like a game of telephone almost with adaptations. It's true that Genshin Soki Sanso's trial was on his commission. But that didn't actually lead to his execution. On his contrary, it led to his escape. Escape was only possible because he'd been sentenced to death. Although I find it hard to believe my father will negotiate in that way, but defense is correct. A fake execution, falsified of a death certificate, and a jailbreak inside a coffin. Clearly such a elaborate plan could have been carried out by my father alone. He must have had the help of a collaborator from the jurisdiction. And I have the dismissal note of a chief owner who was working at the prison at the time. For no reason, there were indications of a jailbreak was in planning prior to the inmate's incarceration. In other words, there were suggestions of some sort of negotiation between Mr. Sogi and the British government. In exchange for his science and code, he was given an assurance that he would be broken out of prison. Yes, with that sort of clandestine agreement in place, I can imagine he would have kept very quiet. I would go further than that, in fact. I would say, but the elaborate jailbreak of Mr. Ahsoka could be explained in no other way. Odom! First fabricated evidence and now a jailbreak? I mean, the man was factually broken out of jail. We knew this. But it happened, like, we keep talking about. Of course, because it's all imminently linked. If the prosecution wishes to summon new witnesses to the stand. Witnesses? People who can testify about the jailbreak that took place 10 years ago. Ugh! Governor Cannon and the post chief warner of a prison. I won't allow this charge to turn into a farce. Summon the governor of a prison after all these years. It won't be any trouble, my lord. He's here for Gao. What? Pardon? My dear friend may appear a little, well, padded at times, so I can show you he's extremely firm. He was both Barclay in the local prison earlier. I asked the Governor Cannon and Mr. Voger to attend for Old Bailey as a matter of extreme urgency. Mr. Sholmes did that? Are you telling me that? My man thinks ahead. Both men, unless I'm much mistaken, are waiting just outside the courtroom at this very moment. My lord, you must permit this charge to proceed as you declare its onset. You promised that we would stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind this disturbing findings. Yeah, that backfired on you, didn't he? Very well. Bring in the witnesses. You know, I keep looking at his sleeve and thinking about Charlie Brown with a stripe. Make no mistake, I too would like nothing more than to lay this business to rest once and for all. Will the new witnesses state the name and occupation of the code, please? I, Barry Cadden, governor of Barclay Prison. Everyone can't speak gossip. I saw, your other persona, if you don't mind. Yeah, you're not in uniform. Oh, I do beg your pardon, of course. My name is Dally Voja. I used to be the chauffeur owner at Barclay Prison. The reason you've been summoned here to court today is to testify about the jailbreak of the so-called professor 10 years ago. Not for the professor. We've already been through this before, a decade ago. And the conclusion was there wasn't anything untold happened. A convict escaped from your prison, Governor. Hollywood, you call nothing untold. I mean, that's true. Well, the convict's death certificate was somehow falsified after he was allegedly executed, and he escaped prison inside his own coffin. A plan of that complexity could never have carried out without help of someone of influence inside prison. Governor Khan, don't imagine that passage of time will afford you any protection. If it turns out that you were involved in a plot to break out Mr. Asoki out of your prison, then of course the consequences would be very serious. It's unlikely a compliment punch. Why would you tell the man that? I mean, I get you tell him the licks and all that stuff, but man, why would you scale the man? Gads, hold on a bit, lad. All I did was witness Governor Cannon. He was about to say something, and you shut him up. Ugh. You have a quick role to play in the public safety of our country. A great responsibility to show them. The significance of your testimony and code cannot be understated. Therefore, think carefully before you speak. And Prosecutor Asoki, if you find the witness again, you'll be held in contempt of court. My apologies, my lord. There's no disputing the fact that indicated jailbreak plot was enacted 10 years ago. Clearly, you were both involved in somewhere. So you will testify before the court now and explain exactly what took place. Very well. Will the witnesses give their full testimony? Tell the court everything you know of the plot to break Asogi out of Barclay Prison 10 years ago. It was the day that Japanese jock was found guilty. The directive came from the prosecutor's office. I assigned the conflict to the chief warden of Vojahim and put the plan to action behind the scenes. I was responsible for Asoki up until his night of execution, but I knew nothing of any plot. I didn't keen if there was some negotiations between the convict and the prosecutor's office. All I did was carry out my duty for Her Majesty's Great British Empire. Oh, well. I see there's a cover-up. A directive from the prosecutor's office. Are you saying that was the jailbreak plot? Aye, that's right. Who sent it? Who authorized that plan? I didn't keen that. You say you didn't know? I mean, I guess anyone can just send anything from the prosecutor's office and get shit done in this country, I see. Like, you know, you send, like a letter from the prosecutor's office, be like, get me $1 million and put it in a money bag at this lock of a train station. Stat! It's for a case. Don't worry about it. It's for a case. Listen, there wasn't anything about the prosecutor case that wasn't unusual in some way. I didn't ask any questions. I just was told moving that I couldn't tell you. I see. But jailbreak point originally originated from the prosecutor's office. Then one thing is very clear. A suspect with Shasta and dealings going on between Mr. Soki and that office. But jailbreak was part of exchange by Mr. Soki admitting to the crimes he didn't commit. That counts as nothing more than speculation on your part. So, let me ask for defense. Oh, yes, my lord. I've had to see how these witnesses have any more premium information here. Do you... Oh, of course! Oh, it's so you want to cross-examination. Absolutely. I have no intention of scoring a single opportunity, my lord. It seems all you Japanese are fiercely tenacious. Very well, proceed, counsel.
Hold it!
And you say you didn't know who actually issued the directive? Excuse me. That's why all I can be sure of is that it was official. But if it was from the prosecutor's office, then it was down who could have issued it straight away. And it wasn't me. I couldn't even say with certainty, but I did wish it from the prosecutor's office. What? There's no telling where to start. There's a fair chance it came from higher up the lab. Basically, I can't give you any indication of who was behind it. You can't be serious. All we can say for sure is the oil must have came from... Yeah, so someone with power could have done it. The likes of us on the ground, as it were, dying of ball, real speculation. We just got the job done.
Hold it!
So, Mr. Voyager, you didn't know anything about it at all? That's why Lowe's the scheme was as the scapegoat. That's why, isn't it, Governor? Man, some poor beggar had to take the rap for it. Man, I feel bad for him. Oh, then who else did know about the plan? Well, it had to be Dr. Scythe. I know for first had Eli. My whole part of the business was basically just dealing with aftermath. And I wouldn't be surprised about all folks in prison service who been given similar oaths. So you don't know who else was involved. That's why all I can tell you is that the night I actually have a person out of the reins was Dr. Stevens. Dr. Coney Stevens, or Dr. Scythe as she's known now. Why did I have to get caught up in such terrible business? Sometimes people get unlucky in these games, and you be one of them. No, stop! Stop not pressing.
Hold it!
Do you not notice anything unusual happening in the lead up to that night? Oh, I think it was unusual. Exception after exception. After all, it was a professor. The man had terrorized the country as never before with his crimes. In order to hide his identity, he was forced to wear an iron mask over his head. That cannot be comfortable while sleeping. Hideous treatment. The fellow was surprisingly docile for someone who'd taken the lives of four of the country's nobles. Being the chief owner, I was the only person permitted to approach the cell. I can still hardly believe I was duped by my own country. Countries be like that sometimes. I believe he jumped from the window of the governor's office and the jailbreak was blamed on you, didn't you? Large Vigo, I cannot apologize enough. No, Governor, I don't believe you can. It won't change what's happened. But it's true, some people don't get it. Like, it doesn't matter how much times you apologize. Sometimes, like, what you do just leaves a mark. And what else can you tell us about the situation, Governor Can? But y'all acknowledge votes came from the prosecutor's office to wait for the man's escape. There must be some sort of negotiations following explanation. Alright, well, be bad as it may, I didn't know nothing about. The witness stand is no place of telling what you don't know for sure. I keen that much, I do. But I presume that you know this. Not telling what you do know is a criminal offense. And what you just following oaths is that I'm afraid that I want to solve you of guilt here. A man who was killed illegally, even if he was a damn criminal, you may well be found complicit in murder, Governor. So that's what it has to be, isn't it? Is it? Even for threat of conviction, you won't break your silence.
Hold it!
No, for Queen. Do you care out for playing in Zatari? I did everything I could at the time. As you know, Genshin Asogi was shot down in Low Gate Cemetery after the escape. Tell me, was that part of the plan too? My instructions would do with getting the jock out of the joke and nothing more. I can't tell you anything about what happened after that. Only, personally, I believe his death was the last part of the plan.
Excuse me.
You got something to say, sir? Mr. Vojo, is something wrong? The man is spinning wow like a leco. Ah! Yes, sir. What can I do for you, sir? You are spinning very dramatically. He's saluting now. What is it? Some kind of ball quake? I mean, hey. Something happens, never die. What Governor Cannon just said seemed to upset you. Did it bring back something to mind? For the last 10 years, I completely blotted out the memories of that time out of my mind. I was betrayed by my supervisors in the name of my country. Just as my father was betrayed, it seems. But you see, thinking back now, I really can't imagine that the shooting of Mr. Asogi in the cemetery was ever part of a plan. What makes you think that? Well, it just doesn't make sense, does it? If you're gonna kill the man, just kill him in prison. To make the man admit to his crimes he didn't commit with the promise of a jailbreak, only to kill him then. That's treachery of the worst kind, but the point is, if that's the intention was ours to betray him, why not just hang him? Yeah, exactly. Why would there be a need for all the chicaneries of an escape? Yes, that's quite true. Whoever negotiated with Asogi never intended to keep his or her end of the bargain. It would have been far simpler to just let the man be executed in prison as dictated by his sentence. It all happened at vast chamber of secrets. Oh great, now we're talking about Harry Paul. But as Barclay behind the highest prison wall, I suppose no one knows what really went on in the execution room now. Yes, it's unsighing mysteries only. If truth be told, there is a wee matter that's never quite made sense to me. If you believe there was some kind of negotiation between the jailbreak, between Asogi and a body at the top, it doesn't cry out, does it? Governor Cannon, I must assist that you explain these doubts that you have. By amending your former testimony. God! Aye, go on then. Oh, you stare daggets.
Objection.
The Asogi Papers. Confessing under oath to murders that he did commit on a verbal assurance of later being broken out of prison. Genshin Asogi was taking a incredible risky gamble. That's true. Very true. He was starting to stop the British from breaking the law and executing him behind closed doors anyway. Under no circumstances, no man would stake his life on a gentleman's agreement like that. No saying, man, yes. Which means that Mr. Soki must have had a trump card. Well, I know government, if they were gonna blame someone for a crime, getting, like, bargain. Something like guaranteed that he won't be betrayed. Some kind of weapon. However, revolver, that can't possibly have anything like that. But you know that he did, Governor. The Asogi papers were named given to the last will and testament of Genshin Asogi. It turns out that Mr. Asogi was hiding his will in his cell at Barclay Prison. Chief Warner Virgil caught him with it one day. You squatted, didn't you, you real rat? Did I not tell you to keep that a secret? Man trying to strangle. Ha! You can't touch me now. I mean, he's literally touching you. When Mr. Butcher caught sight of that will through the bars of a convict cell, Mr. Soki pleaded with Warner. Alright then, but what's on the paper? A last will and testament. This will is the only weapon I have left now. A weapon? And after the convict had been killed following the elaborate pretense of a jailbreak, the document mysteriously disappeared, didn't it? Well, yes, all the prisoner will search for belongings in his cell, but will was just nowhere to be found. As I understand it, an exhaustive search was made for the document, which became known as the Asogi Papers. Governor O'Connor, I believe you owe your prison steps to find out our cost, didn't you? Well, I'd be right in saying that you knew. You knew that the so-called Asogi Papers have the potential to make great waves somehow. Jinx! What blazes are you babbling about? The will was found, why, and proper, of a man bar his handcuffs. If a fellow saw where I said it would be. How could that be? We're in the cell. We searched the place from top to bottom. Well, you didn't do a proper job, you little P.Y. Willie Gatloop. You can't criticize me. I mean, I think he could very much criticize you now. I showed to you before, did I not, you little? Yes, you did. I have a document here. It's written in Japanese and reads, the last will and testament of Genshin Isogi. Which means everything is as it should be. Not quite, my lord, you see, there's an undeniable inconsistency here. What? What inconsistency? There's no weapon. And yet, this will contains nothing significant at all. Nothing that will give the conflict any leverage. Are you suggesting, my lone friend, that the last will and testament star Barclay prison all these years is actually fake? As been clearly demonstrated already, what went on in Barclay prison was far from above board. That last vindication of defense was an affront to the entire British legal system. I mean, the fact that you faked an autopsy report and all this other shit about this case, this is the affront to the entire British legal system. This absurd notion of a weapon, something of which we only have a former chief war in this world. The man could quite easily be lying, or very least solely mistaken. What? No, I definitely heard him say that. I swear. Clearly, we need to get to the bottom of this. Come on, gang! We need to know exactly what happened with these so-called Asogi Papers. A waste of time! If the will was fake, where is the real document? Mr. Butcher was stabbed in the back by the judiciary 10 years ago. He lost everything, very nearly his own life. And now you're gonna do it again. You wait to blame him why and turn your back on him without even letting him defend himself. It's clear that Barclay Press is hiding something. It's clear that the jailbreak was a mastermind by someone from the prosecutor's office. It's clear that someone... I mean... I mean, like, but I mean, so like this is most suspicious fucking thing on the planet. We should hear more from the chief warner. Have him testify again. Testify. The trial must go on. The man's voice must be heard. It seems that a vocal few here are utterly blind to the truth. Very well then, let the witness testify again. Typical precisely what you think you saw of the conflict's last will and testament. Yes, sir, my lord. As for Warner, responsible for the condemned convicts, attended to Mr. Sogi and kept watch over his cell. But after he was found guilty in court, he was doing something without will in his cell. We turned the cell inside and out looking for it as of execution, but to no avail. I found out about the Sogi papers when a directive came telling me to impound them. The document was in folds of a fellow's wolves for his left in his cell. A kimono, I think it's called. And his kimono, that's a lie. We searched every inch of the man's cell. We looked for all his clothes. That cannot be true. Were you not satisfied with calling me a liar for once? You Lee Rathingham? Ha! There's nothing you can do about it now. Don't have any hold over me anymore. The man's gone drunk with unemployment. Is he holding himself? Look at his tie. It's like he's being code, but he's not being code. You like to take over on my caveat, of course. Is that what you're gonna do? Is it? Is he supposed to be holding him now? Are you gonna give me a good shake again? Or is he just begging him on? And like, does a really good impression of for shake? Ah! Little and large. Why double act? We comply with Asogi's will as far as we possibly could. All his personal effects were delivered to his family home in Japan. As courtesy to be the homeland of the most notorious killer of our country's ever seen. And we very much will oblige. I can confirm that all my father's belongings are alive safely. You cannot deny that the hammer is that of your man. Yes, it's no mistake that it's my father's brushwork. Really? That is his last will and testament of a man's last weapon, wasn't it? I think we safely assumed the conflict was merely pride, knowing that his end was nigh. So, counsel for defense, your cross-examination, please. Okay. I'm gonna save here. No, we're gonna do the cross-examination first. Never mind.
Hold it!
So, would that mean that you converse with Mr. Stogie? Yeah, certainly. Although there was precious little time before his execution was due. He was remarkable calm considering his days were very much numbered. In all honesty, he really didn't strike one as a man capable of mathematical, but never do. Yeah, he confessed in full to the crimes. I know, that's why I felt compelled to ask him one day. I can still recall his reply. I'm guilty of unforgivable crimes of ending a human's life, yes. But he was so transparent and intelligent, it put me in mind of an Eastern holy man. And what about the will you saw him with? Can you tell us anything about that? It was the beginning of all the drama. I can remember it well, yes.
Hold it!
Apparently the PS5 is out, so every Xbox console. Do you have that information? Well, even though the PS5 has no identity. It just doesn't. And then I feel like Xbox is gonna give up consoles. Like, they're putting out all the exclusives, like, on all the consoles. Like, Gears of War is made to PlayStation, Halo made to PlayStation. Like, there's nothing left for Xbox to really offer. And he pleaded with you not to report him, didn't he? Yeah, that's right. And like the bump you didn't tell me. I blame breach of trust. Well, you let him take the blame for, like, letting the confident escape. Well, that's also true. Like, that's it, because everything else is on PC. So, like, yeah, so, I mean, I get getting games out there to, like, you know, make money. I get that. But man, say what you will about Nintendo. At least all the consoles have identity. Well, that's like Mystique of Phalum with a Wii U, neck pains with a Virtual Bow. Oh, greatness with like the Nintendo Switch. You got a wide range of emotions. I could see that man had an noble spirit. I found myself waiting to treat him accordingly. But according to what you just told us 2 days ago, the convert had been strictly forbidden from having any writing material whatsoever. Yeah, you're quite right. So, when exactly was when Will penned? That's before the man and Barclay, obviously. Yeah, the prosecutor's office under supervision of relative authorities. I personally instructed Sogi to make a will for the benefactor of his family and his homeland. Finally dividing the fan base. Yeah. One thing I do have to say about Switch 2 titles and Switch 1 games, I wish. Okay, so Pokemon, for example, Pokemon Legends ZA. They have to put Pokemon Legends ZA Switch 2 Edition. That is the name of the game that is on the spine of the game and on the front of the game. But like Switch 2 is everywhere on the box, on the top, on the side. Like, do you really need to say for Switch 2 as part of the title for this game? And like, don't get me started with like Kirby of the Forgotten Land, Mario Party, all the stuff with like extra content attached to it. They have to put the extra content's name in the game. It's like they're trying to go for the longest video game title for like no reason. In that case, what was it found in cell? What do you mean by that? Well, if it was penned in the prosecutor's office, you would have expected it to would remain there for safekeeping, surely. It's curious. There doesn't seem to be any obvious explanation for why it's constantly found in the convict cell. Oh, well, the defense makes an astute point. Well, Governor? A prison governor cannot be expected to keen the inner workings of a prosecutor's office. In that case, Lone Strongheart, perhaps you can shed some light on the matter. I'm unable to offer an explanation here now. Cool. So we got no explanation on that part. I would like to consult with the notorious responsibility of the will of time. The fact that my father's will was discovered in his cell is clearly inconsistent with what was expected. Oh, I know why. I know. Yeah, now I'm a string. Well, the thing about that will.
Hold it!
Was the governor who oversaw the will, as I understand it? Is that right? Yes, and when I would put it back I couldn't find it. He grabbed me by the caviar and yelled, "It could have disappeared completely in my face." Alright, well, it's done to the governor to keep everyone working as hard as it should. I think the governor needs a little taste of his own medicine now to hope. The point is, it's clearly considered a very important document, wasn't it? That's why. Then before I knew it, it was in the morning paper, that bar-coding article. Back to Massimo, who was from dead. Oh, you mean the article based on Mr. Drebel's experience in Lowgate Cemetery? Yes, that's well, that was it. The day after I read the news, I was summoned to the governor's office, and when that awful false accusation was made, in that you Genshin and Soga to escape from prison with song and you immediate dismiss them. I'm afraid I really don't remember anything after that. As the governor of prison, I had no choice. I couldn't have done anything else. I mean, you could have not fired him. And the directive came from the same source as the one instructing you about the jailbreak. Aye, from the top levels of the prosecutor's office. What was the name on it? Did I keen before? I didn't know now. All I can tell you is that my orders were to do everything in my power to find that document. The directive said it had somewhere to be inside the fellow's cell. Document. Was that the word document, not will? Aye, that's what I said. Am I clenching at straws here? Maybe. I just wonder if it was really Genshin and Sogi's last will and testament the sender of that directive was after. Continue if you test the money, then witness. Because I feel like if it was the will, it would say specifically will. And Mr. Soki's kimono? Aye, the one he brought with him when he was locked up. Yes, he was permitted to have his personal effects with him during his assassination, I understand. That's why he was granted as much freedom as possible during the few days before his execution. Indeed, he had a number of items of personal significance, I remember. He was very reluctant to part with them. Some books, the kimono, his sword. You let the man have a sword? His sword? Cosmo. Can I look at the sword now? Okay. I was like, I knew there was something else about the sword, but I was kind of in the back of my mind. But I feel like we're gonna have to examine here in a second. I don't doubt about it, but wasn't what I really got getting out. Forget being the sword of a clan. Could the man have a more obvious weapon? And respect for science? The world can't firearms at all times. The enemy has shackles around the ankles. He could have hurt anyone with that thing. In theory. Still, he's allowed a sword, but no wiring material. He was at will before he came to stay with us at Ball Crazy. Dr. Makotoba was asked to bring the necessary Japanese writing implements to prosecutor office. A Susui inkstone, a black Sumi ink, and some Hanshan Weiss paper, no doubt. I was just present when he would, but I'm sorry to say, the letter just looked like a... Okay, hold on. You got another comment. Oh, are you feeling faint, Mr. Voja? The man really likes to spin around. Mr. Voja. So! It was Scarlet, so... What? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I don't mean to blow it out like that. Less swaying and more explaining would be helpful. Yeah, exactly. Use words. Is something about testimony we just heard? Have you recalled something of opponents? Something of opponents, possibly. Or possibly not. I'm unable to tell which way he's leaning, I'm afraid. Just spit it out, man! My lord, defense asks Mr. Bush to permit supplementary to his testimony. With this possibility or possibly not upon detail. Permission granted. Go on ahead, Mr. Bertram. Yes, it was Scarlet.
Objection.
Oh, I can't object with... I mean, obviously it contradicts what we have, but okay, so. Let me ask for more detail then.
Hold it.
Scarlet, you say. Well, yes, I mean, I caught Salva for a brief moment, of course. But even by the dim light, so I remember thinking it was an unusual color. At the very least, I'm quite sure it wasn't black. The man, witness, man got up so fast. Is that really what you saw? What? So, this judge is the worst judge of the history of judges. They, like, not impartial, very reactive. I apologize. Continue. At least you apologize this time for it. What do you make of that, Mr. Navajo? For a little Strongheart to be so visibly shaken that way. Oh, you should have him? You can play scenes when here. It's as black as the O of Hell's waistcoat. Well, yes, you're right. Mr. Roach, I'd like to confirm one point with you. Did you actually see the content of the document that Mr. Asoki was telling that night? Oh, well, no. I mean, there was no time. As soon as he noticed me there, he hid behind his back. But it's definitely a will, was it? Yes, it was. That's what Mr. Asoki told me. Couldn't needs waste no further time with his mom. We have a will in question, not possession, but seven more to add. And will win Skull and Ink. Okay. Can I not? Because if I remember correctly... Hold on. If I remember correctly... Maybe I'm like ahead of the game on this, but I swear, something was hidden in the last part of the episode, like the last will and testament of condemned killer. So, I'm looking it up. Do. And then peels that show of Wetmo. I'll remember. Yeah, okay, cool. I wish you could go backwards.
Objection.
Okay, now this is where we're gonna save and move on to Master Duel. It's that too, and also with these mystery games, Ben, I have a bad habit of like remembering like where the end is, and like I remember the goalposts, but I sometimes don't remember with steps to get to the goalpost. So like when we're playing like Ace Attorney or Danganronpa, sometimes I get really stuck on while like I know it happens, and then I'm like, why can't I present Leo's name backwards already? It's like, oh, we're not to that point yet. Okay. Which could be frustrating on replay playthroughs, but yeah, sometimes I really get stuck on the details all we know about. Okay, let's see if we can get Deal Battle Stall. Okay. Please, for the love of God, let me get one of these alternate arts. Okay. Alright, Smiles. So, I don't even know where this card came out. I can't tell you. Excuse me for the bope. You know what I could do? You know what I could do? Will this work? I had to think. Hold on. This might work. Hold on. Okay. I'm not sure if this really will work, but we can try. Okay. Okay, we get a free pack. Let's see if we can get ball to not. Oh, I'm not hopeful. Oh no, not but shaking the first one. I tried. I tried to be sneaky. I mean, I really don't need any of those, but... Okay, we do it for free pack option. Fuck it. Okay. This is desperate. This is just pure desperation. On Fuaz's part. I swear, if I get an Ultra from this and not video about Star One, I would have a problem. Okay, so sort of codes. Okay. I'm saving video about Star One for last. Because obviously that's the one I care about the most. Okay, all of these have supers in it. Okay. Okay, please, please, please. Okay. Okay. Ultra, 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 ultra. Okay. Please. For the love of everything holy. No! Oh! What if... Oh, let me make enough of a going god. Of a going load, I should say. Who am I breaking down? I don't need chocolate. I don't need one cryo. Okay. Oh. He has no supers? Hold on. No, his pack has to be bigger than that. Obtain. How to obtain. Okay, what does this pack have? Vampires! I can work with vampires. Oh no, I'll probably already unlock this then. We can try. Let's see. If you are in Outreach, you are. Probably already got my free pack then. Almost definitely I did. I mean, I could try and just make it good to see. Yeah, I did. Okay. Well, I tried. I tried to do the easy way. Konami. Hey, you know, they felt inspiration by you, Ben. Oh, the season ended. So I'm not getting anything out of that. Cool. I have. Okay, so what do I have? What am I diving into? I'll play Cleveland. Well, that's the class of mechanical conch. I have a conch! On this planet, there grew a great tree that all call the Natria sacred tree. Life was born from this mythical tree, and death all returned to it. The cycle of life, which could be called reincarnation, has been carried out on this planet for eternity. There came a time, however, where a war was waged over the Natria secret tree, the sacred source of life. However, the Shadal forces relentlessly attacked the secret tree, as if on a mission. In face of a threat, the protectors of the sacred tree rose and fought back against the Shadals. The battle reached a fever point, which the fate of the entire world lying on it. The A forces created a protective barrier for the secret tree, and cooperating with forces for war and battle, they seemed to be successful in pushing back the Shadal threat. However, destructive strike someone managed to destroy the barrier. El Shadal window had pushed her way through to the sacred tree. With her divine powers, she broke the seal on the sacred tree, and the great tree tore itself from the earth and began to rise up towards the sky. Hidden within its roots, underneath was an enormous life system. The system was the very crux of the planet's life cycle. As we returned to the system, the codes it had lost began to flow towards it as it was sucked inside. Using the recovered codes as the source of the powers for Creefords, hidden weapons within the system began to activate. As each Creeford sprang to life, they flew out into the distance, all across the land. Only time will tell where the Creefords were after. Now, like the Tiles, probably the most famous one. I mean, Tiles made a name for itself. It's the reason why some decks are just, or some cards are just called Tiles of a deck. Untouchable little buggers. Not nearly untouchable, but untouchable enough. Yep. You need that big tile. Oh, look, there we go. Scale 1 to 9. Actually, that's a pretty good scale. Yeah. I mean, Sokolo also made a name for itself. Meg Soko. Like, it's amazing when cards make a name for themselves. Like Wota, Strauss. And they just become like, oh, that's the, you know, blank of that deck. And then if a card that you want as a brick so you can play something else, Garnet. Gotta appreciate the Garnets. I think I need draw. I know I'm supposed to know what summon this, but I don't trust it just know what summon it. But I didn't know. Did I know what summon? Hold on. Oh, well, what I did is pointless. Never mind. Weeing the card explains the card. What a novel concept. Okay. Oh, that helped them out. Should I just surrender and try again? Let's retry. Wait, yeah, let's retry. Not wing. And me forgetting they're also playing Cleafodes. Does not help my case. Why wouldn't they be playing Cleafodes? P-scale. Activate. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, I had to be on my starch. Wing also really helps. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and pendulum summon. Well, that did not go as planned. I'm noticing they're covering the same cards as me. I take the damage. I got a plan. Don't worry. It's all under Fuaz's control. Yeah, Vagana is not a positive name. I just think I know I saw the comment a while ago, but for what reason didn't make a comment on it. I don't know, maybe I was thinking. I can't remember. Probably thinking. Aha! Oh, that's not good. And cool, that's game. Might as well just reset. Flaws cannot play Pendulum deck apparently. Oh, Prefodes. What's the pendulum effects? God. Cool. Got some damage off. All improving from last duel. Oh no, I have it. Tiles, baby. It's all about the tiles. And for effect. Oh, I made them send bone tiles to grave. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh well. Cool. But I can't end this, unfortunately. And then I'll end. Cool. But other two were just flukes, 100%. All planned from the beginning. Gotta spice up for content, 100%. Not me just floundering. No. Change decks. Let's just clear this in 2 seconds, shall we? Okay. I don't like that face down card. But we make do with it. Perfume Dancer. Activate Perfume Dancer. And activate Yamon. Get the Lunar Light Fusion out. Perfume. Activate Goliath's effect. Pitch. I actually don't care if I give that back to hand or not. Because it really doesn't matter. You know what? I'll have that back. Why not? For the sake of being weird. And that's not helpful to any cards. I mean, technically I guess that's Amo for LIGO Dancer. Okay. Boom. Easy peasy, messy squeezy. Okay, open up the dark one. Oh, we get the Doommate, but no one uses. I don't think I've seen a single person use the Cleveland Doommate. Correct me if I'm wrong. Super Express Chain, Charlie Ollie. Oh, that's not Charlie Ollie, but Bullet Train. We're playing trains. Kinda mad to play without tripling. I have nothing to tribute. I see. Apparently, that's the reward for this. I think I've seen it maybe once, because it does look familiar. I think I might have seen it once, but it's definitely not a Doommate that people use often. I do like Hustle Wustle a lot too. Oh, you can pendulum summon. Okay. I remember this game, this card being delayed in the West because we didn't get a physical copy of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexa game. We only got each up early, so we had to wait for the promos, which was stupid. And I know, I feel like I made a comment about this before. But I love the trailer for that Zexa game. It was like, oh my god, it's the first Zexa game. And it was the only Zexa game. And it wasn't even that good in my opinion. Like it was decent, but like I feel like it lacked like content. Cause you unlocked all the cards with off bat show, but that might be what some players are looking for. But I feel like those games are more fun when you like work towards building your deck instead of like, oh, here you go, here's all the cards up until I believe what was it, Shadow Spectres was the card point for that game. But that's just me. What? Wait. What? I'm putting up against the you. Okay, show. Not relevant to my current situation. Now if it was like to lose, with like attack points, yeah, sure, I'd be all in on that. Bam, boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's see where this leads me. Hopefully not to death. Oh, I got a computer thinking hard about my train strategy. If it just end, awesome. Then I got this. You know, what drives me crazy about this combination, I guess machines. But you have level 10 machines and a pendulum deck, well, pendulum's level 8 through 2. Food for thought. Just saying, food for thought. Okay. But, I mean, Gustav Max is just a fun card to use. So, you know, I am happy about that. Yeah, it's like, I don't see that monolith too often. Unfortunately. I do feel bad for that. Like, that's like a doommate that you don't really see. Then again, you can argue that you have picked a better one. And I would concur on that opinion. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, that's actually a really great draw. Okay. Thank you. Black sheep. Effect. Cross sheep. Effect. Gold Lido. Effect of Gold Leo. No, I'll just call him immediately. Nope. Now that one. I do a black sheep. Add Polly. And I will activate Goliath's effect on that. Give me that black sheep back. Now we activate Pollinization. Fusing those two together. Get Perfume Dancer. Okay, we got lots of tricks here. Start off with Cross Sheep, and then we make our way down. No, let's see, who do I want to add back to hand? Yeah, I'm on. That might be more relevant. Well, it would be relevant here in a second. Discard. Okay, just special summon. Effect. Fusion summon. And it's like, I don't think I need to like make it super dressy. Give a Polly back to hand. Shane. And that should be GG. Okay. Let's see, well, what our last combination of Clee Foods is. Hopefully I get Scout. Am I seeing the cat Performer Pal? I am. Cool. Okay. I'm not dreaming. Malfoy's Fusion. Cool, can't even use it. Okay. P-scale. P-scale. No, And interesting. Interesting. Okay. Am I getting... Let's see, I'm getting draw the tile. I did not draw the tiles. Okay. Not being destroyed by battle does have its uses. Boom. Okay. What are you trying to bring back? I mean, I'm thinking of one if I can. I don't know why you keep bouncing that back. You know, it'd be helpful if I give a Malphite's card. I'm just saying. Heal that, give me the towers. One of the two. To help speed this process along. Oh. Fake. There you go, you gotta use Scott about Joker. Oh, I don't like that. Oh. That's not good. Oh, now you're popping off. Okay. This is... Wait. AKA not so great. I mean, I can do. Can you be a robot battle? If this can be a stupid move on my part. Actually, hold on. I do have Electromite. I should maybe have checked that first. Okay. Does it be diff? Oh, it has, yeah, 2 pendulum monsters. Am I missing? Wait, I am. Cannot special summon except. Of course. Wing is the farmer of 2 kids. Even. Well, shoot. I'm out of luck a bit. Okay. Whoopie freaking do bathroom. Probably, yes. Yeah, that sounds about correct. I was about to say, like, why can't I go into election night? Huh? Let me read my cards again. Election night might actually get me out of this, but since I cannot, legitimately cannot expect to summon anything besides Leafo cards, I'm kind of stuck. Can you just revolve Pendulum Monster too? Unfortunately. By gleaming gold, buggy breaks, bad guys good. What wonderful wheels. Carl. Okay. I have no idea how metaphors work. Is that too late to mention that? Let me read these. Not helpful. Not helpful. Of course, for some of us, yes! Okay, helpful. See what happens when you take your time and read your cards. The magic that happens. Oh, so I know this is a hypocritical thing for someone who's on the internet making videos, talking about stuff. And I know I've overshare on the internet sometimes a bit. But like, holy I feel like people do too much to try to get famous on the internet. And not in the healthy, good way. And like people just do stupid stuff because internet said so. Like for example, that whole Chase Bank thing when a bunch of people thought it was a good idea to try to write blank checks to themselves. Using specifically Chase Bank and then get mad that the bank account got frozen. Don't do that. That's highly illegal. That is fraud. Do not do that. But that was like a TikTok trend like a while ago. And like people didn't understand the concept of the money had to come from somewhere, apparently. And like stuff like it's so much other stuff you can point to and stuff like that. Like people having to film everything. Like even when they're clearly in the wrong and stuff like that. And just not going, oh, I'm getting blow up this person's life because we're having a disagreement in public. And like the gut instinct is to pull out the phone and post on the internet to get sympathy votes or points. Like, shoot, what was it? There was a woman, that posted online her confrontation. So basically this woman, was sleeping with with another woman's husband. And she posted online the confrontation that she had with the wife. And telling her that, hey, I've been having sex with your husband. Why would you do that? Like, why, in any sense of a word, would you think that's, like, a good idea? Stuff like that. Some things go to therapy, keep to your chest, you know. Anything other than what you are currently doing. Yeah, I was about to say, this is not really good. Yeah, you could destroy that. Okay, first off. Let's try to get some. Things going. Okay, actually, shoot, am I not as... This might not be as strong as I thought it was. Because, yeah, even if I bounce this back, get you out. Well, hold on. Though for us, tricks are not completely out yet. Perfume. Perfect. Okay. I am getting somewhere. This is the worst way to do this, by the way. Don't follow an over as an example. Be better. Be better when you play your Lunar Lights. But we got them. Okay, go ahead. I'm negating for the sake of negating, to be honest. Well, no point, but hey. Cool. Let's just game. Okay, got 200 gems, and then way out! Well, the Naturia secret tree was out where the Creeforts were activated. These machines were a group of autonomous mobile weapons that create and maintain equilibrium with the life system of the planet. Where the Creeforts would sense an abnormality in the life system, they were mobilized to eliminate whatever it is. At this time, whatever sense was for Chadal as a threat to remove. The Chadal forces were battled relentlessly and brought to the brink of destruction by the Creeforts. However, things turned a sudden turn for the Warriors when they attempt to restrain and absorb Al Chadal window. Divine power within her ended up freeing the vanguards of destruction that were suffering within the Creeforts and sealed into this moment. Contact with Al Chadal window also affected the Creeforts. Her force, equal to that of God itself, were never meant to exist. Once the Creeforts sensed that, we realized that it was a fatal error in the life system. We decided to eradicate all life on the planet in order to purify it. Essentially resetting it. Will life prevail, or is the world destined for ruination? This is by one part of the stars' unending battle. Surely you come to know the fate of this planet in another story. Well, the planet is set to blow up. Isn't that lovely? Gate cleared. I wish they give you the pack for free after you like do it. Just give you the pack for free. I feel like that would be appropriate, but hey, what do I know? What do I know? With that being said, though, I'd like to thank you all for coming out. It's been fun. It's been a blast. It's been a real fun blast. Tomorrow will be more Jujutsu Kaisen Coast Clash. And then we will continue Grey Satoni Tuesday. So again, thank you all for coming.